I got some texts and other stuff. One of them is from Derek in 2 Mile Ash, who's texted in to say, "You're the hot chocolate, yuck, just got online listening to the wrong thing." He also sent in another one saying it's actually pronounced McFadjin. McFadjin. In your dreams, mate.
But how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, McFadjin. It's not McFadjin.
If he were Scottish, it would be McFadjin. Is he Scottish, this bloke?
He is Scottish.
Well, he's not wrong.
Oh, he is wrong, because that's not how you pronounce it. Anyways, Mark from Swindon has texted in to say, I wasn't ready. Else I'd have had him. The Swindon Town Financial Director has texted in to say, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, etc. Leanne from Coffee Hall has texted in to say, see you about 9:15, Young Alby. I'm ready waiting for you, which is awkward because I've got an ex called Leanne. Mona from West Bletchley texts...
another one now.
Did not want to tell him.
Mona from West Bletchley texts in to say, really pleased for Daniel getting one on his head. That's got to be a first and probably last. And Dean from NK1 has texted in to say, all the extra weight has finally paid off. Eat dust, sucker.
Okay, Modders, can you let everyone know how they can get on with us? Get on with us.
Get on with us. Yeah.
We're fairly easy to get on with.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, pretty laid back sort of way.
Just send money.
Anyway, if you want to contact us, you can contact us by realising a rugger match is actually a game of rugby and not an afternoon spent in IKEA looking for similar soft furnishings. Alternatively, you can contact us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet using the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can email radio@moocamp.com. You can text 80085, but remember to start your message with odd-shaped balls, and they're probably going to be yours, matey, or else it won't reach us. Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
Excellent one, thank you very much. A couple of quick, these are tweets actually coming in. Lisa said, they've got me too. Oh, so yes, Harry and Edna, they've got me too. Started as 2 minutes waiting for the MooCamp, now she's quite hooked. And Chris Reed says, tuned into the MooCamp Radio Show for the first time in ages. Evening, chaps. Who's off to Port Vale /Fleetwood? Hashtag come on you dons.
We'll get to that.
Probably, yeah, we'll get to that later on. Anyway, yeah, right, look, for the first of 2 outings this evening, if we have time.
It's the franchise. It's the franchise watch. It's the franchise watch.
Yes, indeed, it's franchise watch time. And, yeah, I'm going to start off. I feel like I've been sexually assaulted. They outclassed us second half, though. Grigg, Carruthers and Powell were a different class.
I hate the bleep from his Walsall days, but Griggs tore us a new one today. Absolutely bleeped over our defence. As good a performance as I've seen down here. Their number 22 was also decent.
It does make me giggle. There's so much abuse hurled at franchise fans. I mean, say you get into the football around the age of 6 to 8. They were formed 11 years ago. So realistically, they can say they've supported them all of their lives.
We can all say that, definitely, yeah.
I think the way that the club came about is bleeping shambles, for sure. Who did the older MKD fans support pre-2004? Not Wimbledon, surely.
Yep.
Interesting question. Yeah, good point. Second half franchise were too good, and once they got the first goal, it was game over.
Fair play to Dongs. They wanted it more than us, which wasn't hard.
Today, franchise are better than us. That can't be denied. I'll never wish them well, but they deserve the win.
Give the team praise when they deserve it, as they did do well today. But please don't legitimise Winkleman or those who enable his evil.
We are the evil enablers. I thought Robinson was good value in the post-match comments. Quite like the bloke and wouldn't mind him here one day. Just a shame he's helping the dark side right now.
Wellington's going to be a fat bleeper when he stops playing.
Although I absolutely bleeping hate them, I hope MKD go up autos, cause we will never beat them in the playoffs.
Franchise fans celebrating on the field success is like paying for a prostitute and then showing off about the fit bird that you pulled.
God almighty.
I would rather watch a committed side like MK than our predictable one-pace tippy-tappy.
As for... No, I don't know. This is written a
That's
bit
a long
bad.
old one. I've left it written exactly how it was written.
Exactly as it was, so okay. As for MK, the league or FA let them steal a club. So it's not Winkle Bleep's fault they are filth. Really thank God AFC Wimbledon got their trophies back. And Dean Lewington is shocking. Shifted from Wimbledon to MK Dongs. How embarrassing is that for someone whose old man was a respected pro? Also, can you imagine supporting a team that has relocated 70 miles for which it was... This is ridiculous. It's got ages to go. Which most of us would like to be following Bristol, Reading, Oxford, Cheltenham, Yeovil. Oh, and how can we call
It's like
some
that
of
after
our
the-
fans
oh!
plastics when their whole history and existence evolves from another club.
If they did the honourable thing, resigned the league and started again at the bottom rung of the ladder, Isthmian, Southern League, would people think a bit better of them? Personally, I wouldn't, but I'm an unforgiving bleep.
As much as I dislike Oxford, I have far more respect for anyone that supports them than the club stealing bleepers from MK.
Can we please not call franchise plastics? That's Reading. Franchise our customers.
That's politer.
We'll detest those franchise irritants.
I think that's irritants.
Irritant.
I think they're really going for an interesting
right.
pronunciation.
You would have mocked me if that was me who said that wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Irritants until I can't give a bleep anymore, and that's not yet.
Great one. We've got more of that coming later on. We're going to have to engineer time for it because there's still some great ones to come, including some April Fools, I reckon.
Ooh.
We'll touch on that in a bit.
As you know, the Dons are the most popular club in the country, and Pete Winky Winkleman is not only the most popular chairman in the lower leagues, he's possibly the most popular man in football altogether. But just how widespread is Winky's fame, and who exactly loves him? We've carried out some more research this week, and we can now say that Sean Bean, Sean Hudson, Rock Hudson, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Robert Johnson, Johnston Johnsons, Anthony and the Johnsons, Anthony Blunt, James Hunt, James May, Brian May, Maeve Beachy, Binky Felthid, Blinky Bill, Bill Sykes, Eric Cantona, and the entire, I love this, Canton of Zug. All really love Winky. Unfortunately, there were two people we didn't manage to get an answer from this week. Clarissa Dixon-Wright turns out still to be dead, and Ralph Lauren was out playing polo.
Great one, thank you. We know how difficult it is to plan ahead without accurate forecasting, so we're proud to support the Bovril Forecast, brought to you by the lovely people at Forecast, telling the future one cup at a time. And the forecast for this week is, not sure whether to drink it or wear it.
The lexicon of chaff. Of chaff.
Right. After last week's shenanigans, you're not being welcomed into my world because I've had it taken off of me. So you're going to have this delivered in the most monotone, actually probably more chavvy sounding voice than normal. Welcome to the Lexicon of Chav, where each week we educate you. By the way, my name is not Uncle Paul or whoever tried impersonating me last week. Yes, you, the educated elite, into the ways of the feral underclass that seemingly run our planet by providing detailed translations of common street talk. This week, the phrase under scrutiny is, and I've never even heard of this one, badonk a donk. Common usage: me man dem, he fair love her badonk a donk, it make him pop mad wheelies AII, which is
You're sulking, aren't you?
Sounds like it, doesn't
definition. One's good friend, Wilberforce Peacock III, DFC, C of E, B&Q Hot Cross Bun and Bar, does rather prefer ladies with a more generous posterior than is perceived to be the norm. He does get rather excited, I'm afraid. Widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory, its earliest recorded usage in fact dates back to the Twilight Zone's programme entitled 2. Which was Season 3's first episode, and the 66th in the entire series, which was first screened on September the 15th, 1961.
Have we had any roundabouts?
we? have. I've got a few here. Stephanie from Newport Pagnell was texting with Broken Dreams, colour. That must be Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams, so it's Greenleys roundabout. Chris from Crown Hill thinks I like this one. Chris from Crown Hill thinks the 2020 clue may possibly be a link to Perfect Vision, which means it's Crown Hill roundabout, as he's looking at it right now. And Shona says she couldn't care less about roundabouts and just wants to know what time Alby will round tonight.
After I finish with the other bird from Swindon.
Next one. Alistair Marriott's just said, hearing him be called Winkle Bleep has made my evening. This needs to be said more. Frank Hovers said, 2.5k at the under-15s game tonight. All tomfoolery and banter aside, isn't that marvellous? Hashtag proud.
That is fantastic.
It is. Yeah, that's
It's
stunning.
almost to the levels of a certain team who play in blue and yellow in Kingston.
Yeah, round up on Here's the Answer. What's the question? Just a reminder, the answer this week was £27. Here's a few things that we've had in. Wilco says, how much each new tree costs at Stadium MK? Dippy Don 95 says, how much should the DVD of the 4-0 win versus Man United be? Emma says, what's this summer's transfer budget likely to be for Robbo? Max Don says, how much did it cost to see the best away result of the season? Family MK Don's fan says, if Swindon Town bought Poundland, what would they rebrand it as in order to increase its prices? Noswood says, how much I sadly saved by not being able to go Saturday, but watched it on TV. Woohoo. Sausage says, average price of a Milton Keynes comfort woman. That's a great phrase. Beardhides Boy 64 says, what's the cumulative total cost of drinks that led to the MooCamp Radio Show host waking up in a Thai hotel room with a ladyboy wandering only to point fingers at each other in a whodunit special, which we will feature next week. Beardhides Boy 64 says, what is the value of Alby's pay-as-you-play MooCamp contract? Dursingham Don says, what's the cube root of £19,683, which is rather good. Danny Kerr says, if I had £2, then how much more did I need for my Swindon ticket? I don't know why he paid £2 more than everybody else, but yeah. Matthew Appleby says, how much did Spurs originally offer for Dele Alli? On the Dot says, what is MK Don's transfer budget for next season if they stay in Leeds? Nick Hedges says, litre Captain Morgan spiced and a standard Smirnoff. And Franco Volpe says, what's the least amount of money Mark Cooper would have had to spend at an optician's to get corrective lens for his poor eyesight? So there you go. There actually are more of those, but we're not going to have time for them. So that'll do for now.
It's surprisingly strenuous. Making links so tenuous.
Yes, it's time for Tenuous Links again, where we start with two seemingly unconnected people or things and then proceed to show, by a series of progressively unrealistic and remarkably tenuous links, just how they are indeed connected. This week, we show you exactly how a fans forum and cuppa soups are unbelievably, inextricably linked. The fans forum was held last week at Stadium Colonel MK on Monday. I Don't Like Mondays was a 1994 hit for the group, the Boomtown Rats. Rats are long-tailed rodents of the superfamily Moroidae and are considered vermin. Vermin are usually dealt with and exterminated by pest controllers. A controller is somebody who leads, directs or regulates something. Something was the title of a song written by the Beatles' George Harrison. Harrison Ford will appear in the next instalment in the series of films for Star Wars.
Woo!
The War of the Worlds was a novel written in 1898 by H.G. Wells. Wells is an historical cathedral city in the southern-eastern county of Somerset. Somerset is noted famously for the most home production of cider. Cider is an alcoholic drink, normally associated as being drunk by unmarried people. An unmarried lady is a spinster, an unmarried man is a bachelor. And bachelors gained fame for producing, amongst other things, cuppa soups. I thank you.
Excellent. I'm going to criticise your Boomtown Rats dating. Other than that, you're allowed to get away with it all.
Hello, I'm Mike Barry.
And I'm Bob Bluffield.
And together on a Friday morning between 8 and 10 here on Seclo Sounds, we bring you
Pop and rock legends.
This is where we take an in-depth look at a pop star and let you know all about them. 8 o'clock through till 10 o'clock on a Friday morning here on Seclo Sounds.
Yeah, okay. You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Seclo Sounds. We had a match last night. Hans?
Hand in it.
Home game, innit?
Good it was.
Yeah. What can we say? We haven't got too long to talk about this, but what can we say about last night?
All over by the 4th minute.
Yeah. You don't often watch a match and know it's over by 4 minutes. 2-0 up.
What about the... no, I'm taking it penalty meat.
Yes.
Did you see that? Did you see Louis coming in going, no?
Yes.
That was really funny.
Robbo was talking about it on the radio last night, and he said they'd agreed earlier in the week who was the penalty taker. Grigg was the penalty taker. Dele was the reserve, so if Grigg wasn't on the pitch, perhaps he was pretending he wasn't there, or he was going to pretend he couldn't see him.
Was that one of those moments where you've got a goal